Alec Peirce at the ranch, and now you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I gotta clean the chimney for our winter season. We heat with wood. If you go back through some of my videos, you can see. I think I'll get Kevin to show you a nice picture of our wood stove, and you'll see what we're doing. But we also heat with wood. We have a big property here with lots of bush. However, one chore that's associated with wood stoves is making sure the chimney is clean. Now, we're very, very careful when we burn to make sure that the fires, as much as we can, each fire each day if we can, is hot. Because that is the secret to keeping the chimney clean. You can buy, I've seen all kinds of products around. You can put this stuff into the fire and it supposedly goes up the chimney and cleans the chimney out. Well, they really don't work really well. The solution to keeping the chimney clean, which means keeping soot and creosote. Creosote is condensed carbon vapors, and that creosote, as it gets up the chimney and the chimney cools, the creosote will condense and make a tar-like substance on the inside of your chimney, and if that stays there for very long, that is flammable. It can actually catch fire, and hence you can have a chimney fire. Not to mention that the chimney is not working very efficiently. Now, I'm going to get Kevin to post. A while back, I did a video for you guys on cleaning the chimney, and I used one of these very, very standard, very common chimney sweep tools, and it's really just a steel brush the size of your chimney, in this case 7 inches, and then extension rods, and you put in the chimney, and up and down it goes, and it brushes the chimney, gets the soot and the creosote out of there. I'll get Kevin to put that video on for you, and you can go back and look at it. These are very common. This is what I've been using now for almost 20 years. But in the interest of making it easier, safer, I've been looking for other alternatives to that style of brush, and recently there are some new alternatives, and I was quite entranced with them because I've used a tool like it. Let me explain. A couple of the problems. First of all, our chimney is not straight. You might say, how the heck can you have the chimney that's not straight? Well, what I mean is, it's not completely straight. This is what our chimney arrangement looks like. Can you see that, Di? So obviously the roof of the house, the ceiling, main floor ceiling, the main floor, and then the basement. And it's in the basement where we have the wood stove. Here's the wood stove down here. And so the wood stove burns, and the smoke, this is the smoke going up. It goes up about 3 or 4 feet. And then, since the chimney is not directly above the wood stove, the chimney has to bend. So there's about a little less than a 45 degree bend right here. And it goes over a short distance, not very far, 4 feet, and another 45 degree bend to straighten it out. And it goes straight up and through our box, which you'll see in just a moment, and then out the chimney. Point is, there's a bend right here. Now, with this earlier style of brush, which has very strong, very inflexible rods, I could very easily clean all of this part of the chimney right down to there. I could not get it around the bend. Okay, and now that's okay, because this is the important area. This is where creosote would build up if you did not have a hot fire. This is the important area to clean. However, I would also like once in a while to be able to get around that bend to clean out some of the soot. There's bound to be soot in there, and clean the whole thing right down into the firebox. I could not do that with that earlier style of sweep, but let me show you what I found. This is the one that I chose. It's called Morinoli. Chimney sweep kit. That's what I was after. Chimney sweep kit. Okay, so what's this include? Well, it's right here in the box. It includes a whole bunch of nylon chimney rods, okay? A whole bunch of them. The important thing, one important thing about this is that these rods are very flexible. I'll show you in a minute. Secondly, it includes a nylon chimney brush. Now you can see that this brush here, if you can get closer then, is different than that stiff wire brush. This is kind of funny. It looks more like a trimmer. Nylon trimmer brush that you use for trimming your grass and so on. And then, of course, there's a bag, really, really important, and heavy-duty plastic to cover some, and gloves and all that neat stuff. Let's take a quick look inside, okay? Okay, first of all, let's look at the rods. Here are the rods. I can tell already from this package that this is stored in that there are a lot of rods. For my earlier one, there were 3 rods. This has got a whole bunch. Well, part of the reason for that is that this allows you to sweep a lot farther. So where that particular one is 15, 16 feet long, this one is at 21 or 22 or 23 feet long. Now these rods have two interesting features. First of all, very flexible. So I'm very hopeful that as I push the brush down, it'll go around that 45-degree bend and then do it again like this, you see, right down into the firebox, I'm hoping. The second feature of these is that they snap together. A little button, you snap it in like so, and it latches in there very, very firmly, very strong. You don't want this to come apart down inside the chimney. So these are held on there very, very well, and those latches are very strong as well. So we have the rods, we can make it very long. The important part, the business end if you like, is the brush, and here it is. That looks like a spider. It's almost Halloween. It looks like a spider. And this has several features as well. First of all, it has a connector on the end. Looks like this. You take that connector off, and if you were looking at this with me, you would see that this portion, the shaft here, is that hexagonal shaft that fits into a drill. This is the same shaft that you find on drill bits and sockets and so on. And it has that same button attachment. We'll come back to that. So this is the brush. Well, how the heck does this thing work? Put it down inside the chimney and spin it. So those nylon bristles will spin out and clean the chimney. So it's much easier, much quicker. It's not hard to go up and down, and it spins. I'm going to give it a try. Watch. So I've got the drill mounted on that special adapter. The adapter is in one end of the rod, and our chimney cleaning brush is on the other end of the rod. So let's see what happens here. I haven't done this yet. Let's see what happens. I'm going to hold this with one hand here loosely, and I'm going to turn on the drill. Oh yeah, look at that. That'll clean that chimney. It's only a 7-inch chimney. That must be, it's more than 12 inches. So it just spins around and goes down, and then I'll pull it back up. That'll clean that chimney really, really well. Let's see how it works. I'm going upstairs. If you watched the other video that I did earlier, you already know these steps. But in order to clean your own chimney, and there's no reason why you can't clean your own chimney. There's no regulation about that. You don't have to pay anybody to do it. You can get your own brush if you're up to it, handy and not afraid of heights. And it's easy. There's almost invariably a rain cap of some sort. They're all different on top, but the rain cap will come off. In my case, with this particular chimney, there's simply 4 sheet metal bolts. When you put it back on, just make sure it's on snugly. Don't force it, they're sheet metal, but put them on snugly because there's a lot of wind and vibration up here. Now, why don't you come in here a little bit closer, Diana, if you would. And you can see that here on the rain cap, there's a little bit of soot, not very much, a little bit of soot all the way around. And you can actually look right down inside. And I didn't bring a light, but if you could see that our chimney is very, very clean. It has soot on it, but there's no creosote. Creosote you can tell from soot. I'm going to reach down and say, yeah, it's warm. Oh, we had a fire last night, didn't we? So that's called soot. If you reach down like that and bring your finger out and it's sticky, maybe wet or glossy, mucky like tar, that's called creosote. And that's the dangerous part. That's what you want to get rid of. So all this soot up here, you can take that off with just an ordinary wire brush or just a stiff brush of any sort. It's more for looks than anything else. Okay, well, let's see how this neat device works. So I got one on there, and it's just a matter of putting on more holes. Let me take that adapter off. I'm going to need that to hook the drill up to it. Take that adapter off. Let's not lose that. And let's put the right end in, male and female. I don't need to explain that to you, I'm sure. And then you put this down inside like so. Just like that. I'm going to try not to drop it. Okay, there's the end. I'm going to start here, and I'll do all this top part now. So we'll put the adapter in. Let's see how this thing's going to work here. Did you actually see in the video there, Dana? Do you think you saw the inside of the chimney there so we can see how it looks? Put that on extra tightly so it doesn't come off. And let's see what happens. I'm going to put this on high speed like so, and whoa, soot coming out. My arm's not long enough. Let's take this off, because I want to see what this is doing. So I got to get it up to the top here. You see how easy it is to move it up and down? Because unlike the old stiff metal brush, this nylon brush doesn't grab the walls and hold it there. Okay, let's see what happens now. You see that? Let's let this smoke clear a little bit. Oh yeah. Almost all gone. That's one. Well, you can see the soot coming out. And in our particular chimney, as we talked about earlier, there's really only soot. I see you can't go really quickly with this. If it gets going too fast, it seems to start to wobble or flop. Something. Okay, that one's on tightly. Let's put that down. Let's go right down to the bottom this time, okay, Diana? Okay, I feel something there. Right there. Yep. There's the bend. And it goes around the bend. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit right here. Terribly afraid of letting go of this darn thing. I'm not sure how I would get it back. It would be a bit of a struggle maybe. So let's see what happens here. Around the bend. Oh, I can feel it, yeah. So it actually is going around the bend. I'm going to put on one more. Because one more rod should take it right around the bend and right down to the top of our firebox, which is what I would like to do. Look at the soot coming out. Nice and firm. Yeah. Firebox doesn't like that, huh? Okay, everything's nice and tight. There we go. There we are, right to the top. Boy, oh boy, here, take a close look up here. Look at how shiny and clean that is now. Wow. That did a great job. I like it. And right down around the bend too, which is what I was mostly concerned about. So now I'm going to go downstairs to the wood stove and pull there's a panel at the top of the fire chamber, and take that out and see how much soot and stuff has come down in there. As I said earlier, we don't have any creosote in our chimney, but it seems to be a bit of soot. You saw some of it flying out there. Anyway, the point is that this is pretty good. Definitely going to keep this and keep using it. Mainly because it's light, it's quick, it's easy, and also because it goes around that bend in our chimney. So there you go, guys. If you're looking for a chimney sweep, I think it's cost about $100, the whole thing. There may even be cheaper ones. And certainly if your chimney has a bend in it, as ours does, then this just might be the ticket for you. I hope you enjoy that. And there you go. Chimney's all ready to do. We can go start a fire tonight, okay? We've already had a few fires on. There's nothing nicer than a wood fire, especially when you come in from being outside in the wintertime and you're chilly, a little bit damp. You have a good wood fire on, the whole house is warmed up, smells good, feels good. Okay, guys, that's it. Talk to you soon. Alec Peirce Alec and Diana at the ranch. Bye-bye.